branded the same, so they know it's me. So yeah, that's kind of a brief outlay of how Think Fit came about, and I definitely go down the fitness route, so it made sense for me to show that. I'm just going to quickly go through my notes. I'm the worst person when it comes to notes. I write them and then I read through them, like, oh no. They're like all over the place. But yeah, the first things first, you need to have a brand. You need to have a strong identity of what you want to go down, who you want your ideal customer to be. And then once you've got that, you are basically just targeting people that are similar to you. Facebook, like when people say they're not on Facebook, I honestly think they're missing out, because there's 890 million people. That's 890 million that use Facebook every single day. That is just ridiculous, the amount of people you can approach. And like, I get a lot of, like, say, girls, because my team is majority women, but I get a lot of my girls and they're like, oh, but there's so many people doing Juice Plus, or there's so many people on the product. No, there is not. And especially when you think of like the potential who you can reach, you don't need to know loads of people to do our business, but you do need to be on Facebook so you can reach out to loads of people. When posting, you want to be yourself. So no one likes a robot. No one likes like boring generic pictures of Juice Plus. People want to see you, your lifestyle, what you are doing. And then it kind of, once, because they can see like you and what you're doing, people will buy from you if they like you, know you, or trust you. So they're gonna be one of those things why they buy from you. So if they like what they're seeing, you're gonna like build that rapport with them just from them seeing like your lifestyle, and they see that you're real. Because a lot of the time you can be posting, but they don't know the person behind the brand, and then that's not good either. So like, obviously keep it 80% business, but then like 20% of the time show you, and like a bit like behind what, like the person behind the brand, if that makes sense. Because like a lot of brands do, like big brands will do that as well. They show like behind the scenes, and that's what like creates trust in the brand, I suppose. Keep your posts short and sweet. So now and again, like a paragraph can work if you were telling like your story so far or something on your journey, but usually the short and sweet posts are like between 5 and 40 characters are the ones that get the most engagement. So I mean, I'm the same myself. If I start reading something, I get bored halfway through, so you want to keep it short and sweet so you don't like lose their attention. Post at key times. This is crucial. So there's no point posting if people aren't online. You want to post, this is more appropriate for your profiles, because with a page you don't actually have to be that consistent with posting. You can do like once a day or 3-4 times a week. You don't actually have to post every day on the page, but on your profile want to be posting at key times. So every day, so morning between 7 and 9 a.m, lunchtime 12 to 2 p.m, and peak times is 5 to 11 p.m, and 8 to 10 p.m is like the best time to post. That's when you're going to get the most engagement on your post. So if you're putting up like a recruitment post, for example, you want to get it out between 8 and 10 p.m, because that's when more people are going to see it, which is what you want. But it's the same with your page. You want to post at key times, so more people are online, more people see your posts. Acknowledge your followers and interact with them. So if you've got people commenting on a post, like even if they're just like, oh, I love this, just like comment with a smiley face. Like, it just shows you're acknowledging them following you. And like if you hit a milestone such as like 100 followers, 500 followers, 1,000 followers on your page, put like a photo up and be like, oh, thank you for all my followers, and like we've hit 100 or something. Like gratitude following you, and it works quite well. Post frequency, I've kind of gone on over that. Yeah, so with your page, it's more quality over quantity. You don't need to post all the time. Just make sure it's good. You're adding value to your page. People will follow you because they're getting something from you. So for example, if you wanted to, I don't know, have a page for like busy mums, you would post recipes that are like quick that the whole family can do, and that's adding value, so they come back to that page consistently because they know they're going to get something from it. And obviously that's how you build following like that as well. Pictures, so am I rushing through these? Am I going really quick? Are you getting them?
One of the things that I wasn't sure that everyone here would understand, because everyone got a profile, and people are in groups, but I'm not sure they know the difference in when you're talking about a brand and making a page.
Okay, will I be able to share screen on this if it's?
Yes.
Okay, let me, oh, this is fun. 1 second. Desktop, share screen. Can you see anything?
Not yet.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
There we can. Now we can.
Yeah? Okay, perfect. So if I go on to this, my Facebook, let me log onto my page. So this is how I need to show you exactly what I'm doing. 1 second. So this is my like key page. I have quite a few. So my Think Fit page is where I get my customers from. And then I've got Think Success, which is kind of where I build the business and create intrigue that way. So if I just get rid of this.
So this morning I shared with them a sample post from Think Fit and Success, so that they got kind of a feel for creating a page. And
okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that she's not talking about her profile page.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very different. So I mean, to be fair, there's not much about me on this page. It's more just, I suppose it's just a fitness and lifestyle page, and I basically just find pretty pictures that I like and make pretty collages that I like and post them. But I very much, I always say, if you don't like it, don't post it, because if you don't like it, then no one else is going to like it. You've got to like what you're doing. So for example, if I was to boost this post, so I put this up this morning, really simple. It was like lots of new recipes going into our secret support group. Keep your eyes peeled. So emojis work quite well on your page, but you've got to use them where appropriate. But if emojis, because it's like pictures just in the sentence, it creates more interest and more people engage. But with this, that whole post is creating intrigue, because the people that aren't in my secret support group, they want to know what's going on. So like I'll get inboxes because of that. So like, from this morning, that's 5 new messages that I haven't like gone into yet, and that's from today. So if I was to go boost post, this is like the key. So I'll create a new audience. So you'd go to boost post, you'd create an audience, and this is where you can get really clever. So you can literally put in cities. So if you want to target like a whole new area, for example, that you've never been to,
Las Vegas.
Yeah, but you'd type in Vegas, but then you'd look for like near towns nearby. So literally go into Google Maps, and then because I wouldn't know the towns, so I'd have to go on Google Maps, and I'd literally just look at all these towns and type them in, and like quite clever, because then that's how I build my business globally, because I've never been to like Las Vegas, for example, so I would have to look at all the nearby towns and cities. But you can literally type in Las Vegas, New York. Actually, keep that. Just do like Manhattan. You want to keep it quite like, because New York's huge. So where's my? Okay, well, New York. And you can literally target wherever you want.
You can change channels on that. You know how to change channels?
And then you target an age group. So whoever you're trying to target, I target age 20 to 35. So I'm 26, so I kind of like target like around my age group. I target women. I'm not sexist. I just relate better with women. And then interest. This is the key bit. So you could literally put in, say there's a program you watch, I don't know, what's a program? I'm trying to think of ones that are like, we watch the same. Pardon?
Survivor,
yeah. So you'd put in that, hopefully it comes up, yeah. TV series, and then you can put in like, so you can put in stuff like juicing, so because you want to get people that are already interested in healthy living, and then you'd put in whatever you're interested in, literally. If you're targeting mums, like we have a site called Net Mums, I don't know if that's global, but it's just a site for mums. What literally whatever you want. It could be like if you've recently been to a hotel that was amazing in a certain city, you could put that in, and then like people that have liked that hotel that have been there, they will, your post will then come up on their page. So interest is the key, because that's where you will find people that are like you. This is where you want to put your interest in. Then you would save it, and then you literally, I don't spend a lot on posts. I for some reason mine's in dollars, it's not in pounds, but I probably spend about $3 on a post. That's it. I won't spend a lot. And literally that's how I build my business. That's how I get customers. That's how I get team members. It's so easy. Once you know what you're doing, it is so easy. And that's it. That is literally all I do.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
So it's really easy.
Some people will hit just like, and you know it, whether they're not a person you know that is just getting it from the boost, or how do you identify? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like really easy. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to go through my page like afterwards if you've got time, but you'll see that it's very consistent. Like all the pictures kind of like they link in with one another, I suppose.
Yeah, they do. Perfect.
And yeah, so that, yeah, you've got to create a brand that you love. That's my biggest tip, because if you love it, other people are gonna love it. Kind of gone through all my notes. So you had one question that was, what do I respond to people? So depending on if they direct message me or if they're liking my post, if they like it, so I'm the one starting up the conversation, I usually just say something along the lines of, hi, I've noticed you've liked a few of my posts recently. If you ever wanted any more information on our new plans, then just let me know. I'm more than happy to help. Really short and sweet, not pushy. I'm not saying buy from me now. I'm purely giving them the chance to ask me more questions. And usually like that starts up the conversation, and then you want to ask them like where they're at, what their goals are, like how they want you to help them. And then just go down there. But I think the biggest key is just having a conversation with them, like a real conversation, like asking them what they want, like what they're doing, like that I'm dropping if they got kids, like if they're a new mum, they'd be like, they usually mention that. So then you'd ask, oh, how old's your little one? And then like that starts the conversation up, and then you can drop in, oh, I've got a little boy, and then that's it. You've built a rapport with them. But the key is to have a consistent, like a real conversation, not just be like, oh, so I've got this, this, and this. You just want to talk to them. I find that's the best way to like get them, because then you're building a relationship. I'm sorry, my housemate's ringing. Building a relationship, and they like to trust you more as well. And then what else have I got? Yeah, so that's if they like it. If they message me, they're usually asking what, like, so at the moment I'm promoting the summer spread plan, which is an 8-week plan. So at the moment they're usually asking him like information on that, and again I just keep it like short and sweet. I'm like, hi, yeah, of course you can have more information. Can I just ask if you have a specific goal that you're wanting to achieve? Because then I can find out where they're at, and then I can see what I can what's the options for them and what products what I think they should be on, and I can give them my recommendation. And that's literally all I do. But the key is to try and start a conversation so it's flowing, you're asking each other questions. And I always say, do you mind if I add you on my personal account? And they usually say yeah, but once I've got that, they see me, they see my life, they see my boy, they see I'm real, and it's better as well. They see like me behind the brand. And once I've got them on my personal account, like I'm not like I've sold them, but they're going to sign up. Sounds really big-headed. But yeah, it's just about building trust with people and building a relationship. And no one they like to know you're real, I suppose. This is from what I've learned over 2 years, because when I first started, I probably was a bit robot-like and not sharing anything about me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so I totally get that when they're asking about products. When somebody responds to one of the things that you have on Think Success, we're looking for 2 team members. Do you do the same thing with starting to ask them questions? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I ask them questions, but then I do things a bit differently. So I've got a specific group where my potential team members will go, and it's basically just an insight into our business, what we do. There's loads of videos on there with people sharing their stories, like people sharing what the business is doing for them. Like there's not that much information on the ins and outs, because I think that can overwhelm people. If they see they start seeing all this RVC and all that, it overwhelms them, and they think they need hundreds of orders a month, and that's not what you need. So I kind of tend to keep that till the very end. I like them to see the stories first, because the stories is what sell it. And they feel like they're a part of something before they've even joined. So I add them in there. Well, I ask them if I can add them, and they're like, yeah, that's great. And then I tag them in videos that I feel will be appropriate for them. So if they're a single mum, for example, I will tag them in a video that Emma Karen's done, because they'll be able to relate to her story. And then once they're in there, I follow up with them. I'll just message them the next day or something. I won't message them straight away because I don't want to be too busy. So I'll message them a day or 2 days later, and I'll be like, hi, did you have a chance to look through watch any of the videos? Let me know if you've got any questions. And then they come back if they've got questions. I've got an email I send out with the breakdown of the business, how you get started, the sign-up fee, promotions, and then they read through that, and then usually that's close still. But I always offer to call them, because I think if they are on the borderline, once you've got them on the phone, they hear your voice, hear the excitement in your voice as well. And then, again, it's just building a relationship, and they trust you more, and then they usually sign up once they see you. And that's it. That's all I do.
Okay, and there was something I was just going to ask you. Let me think if I can come back to it or not. Oh, so it sounds like primarily you're still continuing to do most of your communication with them on Facebook, through Messenger, until they're to the point where they'll give you the phone number.
I always say, if you've got a spare 10, 20 minutes, let me know when you're free, and I'll give you a call, and we can run through things, and you can ask me questions. But some of the times, a lot of the girls, before they start, they haven't got the confidence to even call me. So I prefer keeping it over Facebook. But some people do. They want to call you. They want to know you're legit. They want to know you're real. And they're the ones that will I'm calling you now. I'm like, okay.
Okay, awesome. You guys, I don't want to unmute everybody because of the background noise you might have, but we have about 10 minutes. And I'd love for you to ask any questions that you have specifically about the message strategies, because you're not going to get every technical question answered on this. We're going to work together and plow through this. But I'm sure you have some burning questions. So rather than me unmute everyone, there's a feature on the bottom that has where you can raise your hand. And I don't know, Carolyn and Sandy Robeson, I don't know if you guys meant to raise your hand, but your hands are raised. So I was going to start with you guys. If you actually have a question, I'll unmute you. And Carolyn, did you have a question?
Hey, I just unraised my hand. No, thank you.
You unraised your hand. Okay. You can mute yourself again. And Sandy, did you have a question? Oh, here's Brittany. Let me get Brittany. Go ahead, Brittany, with your question.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Georgina, so much for giving us your time. This is really valuable info.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, when you said you set up a private group for the people that are kind of ready to take the next step and they're showing interest in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a separate Facebook group where you go in and you upload a video and then you'll tag the people that have been added?
Yeah, it's like a separate group. I always keep it secret so people can't just add themselves in. I have to approve all the requests so I know they're genuine people that want to know and not just being nosy. And then, so I'll accept any requests, and it's just a group, and literally all it is just loads of stories of my team stories, my stories, my upline stories, and it just shows like what the business can do for you, but through it's all different aspects of life in there, so it shows that anyone can do the business as well. But it works really well.
Awesome, thank you.
And so do you keep those like in the video library?
No, they're all just so I've kept it so if anyone posts in my group, I have to approve the post as well. So I don't approve anything unless it's a video. So it's literally just video after video in the whole feed.
I gotcha. Perfect. Who else has a question? Okay, 3 participants with raised hand. Okay, here we go. Wait, just one.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
go ahead. Go ahead, Leila.
2 questions, Georgina. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We really appreciate it. 1, do you create your page? How do you create a page from your profile you have already? And the second question is, do you ever use Zoom afterwards, meetings to show the business or anything like that after?
I do a potential Zoom now and again, and I am actually going to start up potential Zooms, but like on a smaller basis. So literally just like that, my potentials and me, and it's more. It's the same as like having a phone call. It's more for them to just ask the questions they want to ask, and then creating a page on your Facebook is really easy. So when you log onto your Facebook, you'll see on the left hand side there's loads of options. Hang on, I'll try and get it up quickly. I'll find out exactly where it is. So if you just go to your normal profile, newsfeed. Is it newsfeed?
It's on the newsfeed, and I can show anybody that has specific questions like that on how to create a page.
Okay.
We can.
But yeah, it's really easy. So you're literally, it's just like on that bit. I don't know if you can see it. It might not show, but there's be a bit called pages, and then you literally go to pages and create page. It's really easy.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I noticed on your pages, you had like 1,500 likes on Think Fit or Think Success, which one of them. So I wanted you to talk to us a little bit about how you initially got the likes. You did that before you started boosting posts, right?
Yeah. So when you first start a page, so it's brand new, fresh. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. When you first start a page, it's best to invite. It will give you the option anyway, like naturally when you start a page, to invite all your Facebook friends to like it. Do that because that starts the interest. So invite all your Facebook friends to like it. Once you've got a few likes, it will let you boost it. And then, so boosting a post is the same as boosting a page. You can be very specific with who you want to target. But yeah, I boosted my page when I started. I didn't boost any posts. I just boosted the page to get that following behind me. And then once you've got the following there, then you can start boosting specific posts.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Jenny, I know you had your hand raised, and go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, I'm wondering if you are using Facebook Live at all.
I haven't yet, and my problem is I hate videos. So
okay.
I hate them, and I need that's like my next step now is to get out of my comfort zone and do videos, because videos are so key. So if you've got a YouTube, say you've recorded a video and you've got it attached to YouTube and it says a YouTube link, 53% of people are more likely to see it because there's a YouTube video attached to that post. So I'm missing out big time here, and I need to do videos.
Well, I'm asking because one of my I follow Garth Brooks. He does them before his shows, question and answers.
Yeah.
I did my first one. I hate video. I don't like seeing myself on the screen. I did my first video yesterday, and over 200 people viewed it versus
So
a regular video.
Yeah, because video, like
If a regular video, I post
the next
20.
big thing. Like that will be what people do all the time. It's just doing it before everyone else does. But my thing, I don't like talking to myself. I feel and then I start watching it back. I'm like, no, that was disgusting. I delete it.
You are a natural. It's so funny. We look at you and just go, "Are you kidding me?"
No, I hate it. I just delete it, and then I'm like, no. And then I think the key is never to watch it back. Just post it.
Yes.
Don't watch it back, because I just literally, I'm the most self-critical person. I'm like, no.
That's funny. Okay, I see that Kim Wood and Brittany, I don't know if you had another question, but I see that Kim Wood had her hand raised. Would you like to go ahead, Kim? Maybe that was an accident?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out where the mute button was. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I did have one question. How many pages do you actually have? Because I thought you had mentioned you have more than one or two pages.
So my two main ones are
Let's see your little man, by the way.
Archie, I don't know, he's using like a roller thing and put it on my head. Do you want to say hello? He loves the Zoom. Every time I do a Zoom, he's like, oh, are you on Zoom? And then somehow he suddenly appears.
I love that.
Say hello.
Woo!
Don't get shy. You have to say hello. Oh, there he is. He's so moony. Yeah, sorry, I've kind of lost track now. How many pages do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. I wouldn't say do that, like focus on one. I just get really excited and then I come up with new ideas all the time. So that's why I've got loads of pages. But just stick to one that you really, really want to give your all. So Think Fit was that's the one I was like, I threw everything into.
But that was your product one, and would you recommend one product and one business?
You could link the both, but I think it's better to do it separately. But that's just my opinion, because you want consistency. People want to go to your page for a reason, and if you've got products and then you've got business, it's like here, there, everywhere. Like I prefer to just keep it very consistent, but that's just me.
That makes sense. Anyone else have a question? Brittany, did you have another question? Or did you lowered your hand? Yeah. Anyone else have another question? Ashley, go ahead.
Thank you so much, and your son is adorable. So you have your profile, you have your pages, and then you have secret groups.
Yeah.
And you kind of manage between all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find it really easy though, because with your pages you can schedule your posts. So you literally like write a post as normal, and then there's like 3 little dots in the corner. Just click on that and it will give you the option to schedule your posts only on your pages though. But with that, you can literally schedule them on for the week and they can go out, and you don't really have to do anything unless you get a message and then you like go onto your page and answer the message. But that saves a lot of time. My group, so my training group, I'm in there all the time because that's where all my team are. And then profile, like I honestly, like I see it, if I'm not posting, I'm not earning money. So I'm so consistent with my posting. And you've got to be consistent in this business because people need to see you're always there. The more they see, the more they want to know, I suppose. I feel you just like planting seeds with people all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you've given us so much to think about and work on. I'm so excited to get started, and
I'm so excited.
Really, really appreciate your time. And I know everybody's wheels are turning. Some of you that are not super savvy on this stuff, we're going to work together. I did want to ask you if you had a recommendation of a site to kind of learn how to maximize Facebook that you might have used or could recommend, that some of these things that you've mentioned that we could, like just what you said right there, that's the first time I heard that on a post on a page that I could use those 3 dots to schedule it. you know.
No, well, I've never ever even given myself some sort of tutorial on Facebook. I've literally just learned it all myself. So I wouldn't even. I'm sure if you just Google, there'd be things that come up. But I've literally just. I suppose it would have been a lot easier if I did. But I've literally just learned it all myself.
Yeah, well, it's amazing what you've done, and congratulations on your success. And we just so appreciate your time. And team, let's just give her I'm going to unmute everybody so that you can. Oh, Johnny, you had a quick question. We got less than a minute, but go for it. Johnny?
I don't think he's unmuted.
Oh, here we go.
How you said it's about $3 a post. How is it paid?
I can't hear.
Facebook.
Yeah, you set up an account on Facebook. You set up an account on Facebook. Johnny, are you there?
Yeah, but I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can now.
Okay, I was going to simply say, out of all the things you've done, what was the most successful type of post that you did?
That's a really good question. I think my recruitment post probably worked the best. So there was an example put in the group earlier, and those posts seem to work the best for me. It's recruitment posts, because people want, if they see what I'm doing, they like it, and then they know there's a business behind it and they can do it too. They usually work really well. So I probably get the most attention on a recruitment post.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Georgina. Best of
luck. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to done it.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. Lovely to virtually meet you all.